What's up, everyone? One more day here with another episode of the Show Rig on Fire. Finally, I am back because I was the last 2 weeks, maybe, I cannot remember exactly, but I was in an M show and I got COVID. And by the way, lots of people got COVID. I was really bad, but I'm back. Today, I want to talking about, for people that just start using plugins and guitar simulation plugins on a computer. And there is 3 or 4 things that you should know before you start to do that. Let's go. How is everyone out there? I'm finally back and good. Almost, I might say maybe I'm 95%. My voice is not okay. So, if you don't know, this is not my first channel. This is my second channel because my main channel, my biggest channel, is in Portuguese. Because I'm from Brazil, but I live here in the United States. So I started this new channel because I think it makes sense, right? Since I live here. Especially in my other channel. Here, it's a smaller one, but sometimes people said, I cannot reach a nice tone or a badass metal tone with a guitar plugins. Which is very strange. But I just realized, for new people or new kids that start to playing guitar and use plugins and that kind of stuff, even the standalone plugins, could be strange. Set up everything between your guitar and the amp emulation on a plugin. So first thing that you think you remember, it's another reality. Plug your guitar into the real amplifier like those ones. It's one thing. When you plug your guitar into the audio interface and the audio interface transform the signal in digital and send the signal for the plugin, it's totally different because let's say this plugin is very close to the real deal, okay? We have lots of examples and good plugins out there. You're going to have something between the amp and the guitar that on a real world, you're not going to have it. It's an audio interface between the amp and the guitar. So, on the real deal, you're going to straight plug your guitar into the amplifier and you're good to go, right? Here you're going to have an audio interface, and the audio interface is kind of a preamp, right? So you need to match impedance, take care about the input level, otherwise you're going to oversaturate the amplifier, the virtual amplifier, or make it very weak and not reach the amount of gain that you're going to need. So, this is the first thing. The audio interface could be a problem when you start dealing with the amp simulation on a plugin. As you can see, I'm not super okay, but output routing. As you can see on the image right now, you're going to have the routing. Each audio interface is going to have this kind of software. And to not listen to different signals at the same time, the clean signal, the DI signal, and the amp simulation signal, you must mute the output that you're going to use on your audio interface. Let's say, here I'm using the input 1. So I need to mute my output 1 on the software of my audio interface. Otherwise, it's going to be like this. Não é isso que eu quero. Então, eu vou mutar aqui. So, when you mute, it's going to sound like a real amplifier, not a parallel signal, okay? This is the first thing. The next thing, very important, you need to consider what type of pickup you're going to use. Right now, I'm going to use my Solar BLB with EMG pickups. So, I need to set up the audio interface to work properly with my kind of pickup. Because you need to understand there is a huge difference between a passive and active pickup when you're talking about impedance, okay? Normally, an active pickup is going to have a low impedance. And passive pickup is going to have a high impedance because the level of the signal. That leads us to the audio interface input because you're going to have basically 2 types of inputs on the audio interface. Actually 3. A microphone but we don't want to talk about microphone right now because the guitar is straight into the audio interface. So you're going to have the line level and the instrument level. The instrument level is going to prepare the input of the audio interface to receive a passive pickup. When you use an active pickup, you shouldn't use the instrument level. You should use a line level because the impedance, okay, it's better. Otherwise, the input is going to be too hot and you're going to distort like a boosting the virtual amplifier. So, again, for passive pickup, you should use the instrument level, and active pickups the opposite. Don't use the instrument level. It's the best way to go. Other thing that's very important, since you have a volume control into the channel of the audio interface, you need to reach the better amount of volume input that's going to reach the virtual amplifier. But today I'm going to, you're going to find the sweet spot here by ear and playing. So each audio interface and each plugin is going to react differently. So let's take a look on these plugins that I'm going to use right now. Disclaimer, the video that you're going to watch right now was the video that I shooted for my other channel in Portuguese. So you're going to listen my voice in English over my voice in Portuguese. Otherwise, it's going to be too crazy. Shoot two different videos for two different channels. Thank you for understanding. Let's go to the video. I'll be right back. For this demonstration, I'm going to use the Neuro DSP Omega Ampworks Granifier here, and this is the tone that I got with all the things that I mentioned before. Okay, what's gonna happen if I decrease the input level on the audio interface? I'm gonna have so less gain that I should have, right? Let's bring back to the first position. My meter here, I am reaching minus 12 dB, up to minus 6 maybe. For me right now, with this guitar, with this pickup and this audio interface and this plugin works very well. But if I change the plugin, you're going to see that the result is going to be very different. Well, let's go again. Let's decrease the input and play the same riff. Well, let's do the opposite, because if I increase the input level on the audio interface, I'm going to boost the entire signal into the amp, and it's gonna be not cool. Bringing back to the previous position, increasing, so as you can see, you need to find a sweet spot here, or go to the Rhett Shull video on the link below. He's gonna show a chart with every single audio interface and the proper input level. Well, other thing is very important here is the input level of the plugin. It's kind of the same thing, the same role the input level of the audio interface has, but it's not the same thing because in the audio interface the impedance is already set. So you need to take care about that as well. Otherwise it's gonna be too hot or too weak. You can increase the input. On that case, it's gonna be too muddy, too dirty.
Bringing back to the middle position, you need to take care about the output as well to don't have any clipping or something like that. Let's talk about this plugin. It's a very simple plugin, has a boost, the amplifier, equalizer, it's off by the way, and you're going to have the impulse responses and position of microphone and everything. Well, I'm gonna play a little bit more and change the plugin just to see how it's gonna be the behavior with the input level. Now let's close the Granifier plugin and let's open the JST Disruptor plugin. I think it's not so good. I need more adjustment here. Maybe change the impulse responses. Tweaking a little bit more. I think my signal is too weak and I need to increase my input signal on the audio interface for this plugin in particular. Let's decrease the distortion of the plugin. Well, as you can see, we need some adjustments when you swap the plugin. But I'm talking about metal. When you go to the bluesy and clean tones, the problems could be even deeper. Let me put a little bit of reverb here. I just realized this Q boost is too hot. Let's listen up.
So, this is the few stuff that you need to know in order to handle that kind of reality, the digital plugins, you know, audio interface and guitar. I think it's very important, pretty basic, but lots of people don't have a clue about that. It's normal because, you know, and I think it's important to cover that. So let me know in the comment section what you think about that, if you have any doubts. And I think that's it. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up. Check my stuff on the digital platforms, videos, everything is on the description below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.